Hello Gemini, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. Happy New Year! For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship, could have been in the past, could be current. Others of you, you may have been in a situationship. For a small portion of you, there may be a whole lot of energy, or there's this exchange of energy between the both of you, but no one's really speaking up, and it gets very hot and heavy. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have very particular reasons for that. Okay. A lot is going on. Some of you may feel that you might be going through this as well. The roles could be reversed here because of the intensity of the cards. You may be mirroring the other person. This person is somebody that you already know. It could be somebody from your past who you are not thinking of. If that's the case, it might not really resonate with you because you're not really thinking about them, but they are thinking about you. Here we have embracing the shadow, followed by centering, grief, pleasure, beliefs, awakening, illusion, surrender. Then we have play under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Gemini, you have seen a side of me that has been very impulsive, compulsive, and aggressive. I do feel, and I wish that you never would have seen that side of me, because that is the dark side of me. A side that I cannot change because it makes me who I am. I do feel that in this connection, you and I, the connection that we have between us now, it's become very awkward. Not only is it awkward, but the environment is very uncomfortable. And moving forward and doing anything, it's a challenge. There's a part of you that shakes me to the core. You have a way of grounding me. There's a part of you that is spiritual, I feel. And it is that part that makes me feel as though you and I define the yin and the yang. If I am the moon, you are the sun. We come and go, we dance in perfect harmony, and I can always rely on you. That you will always be there. But I've learned the things that I have said, the things that I've done. They have broken you. They have broken your heart. They have broken my heart as well. Right now I feel regret, guilty, remorse, sadness, and melancholy. I feel bad for the things that I have said and done. I also feel bad for the things that I never said that I should have. The things that I never did that I should have done. I regret these things now. And I feel as though I've lost you. I live in this dark sky. And there was once this star that burned bright, and that was you. But because of what I've done, the brightness of that star is now fading. And I fear that I'm losing you forever. I feel grief. And it's all my fault. I do feel that in this connection there is this desire for pleasure. In you I have found someone who spiritually makes me feel very pleasurable. Physically, there's been a lot of pleasure. But the things that have happened between us, things that are awkward now, the environment that's very uncomfortable now, it is because you and I don't see. We don't see eye to eye. The opinions and the differences that exist are way too much. I was born and brought up in a very different way. And so were you. The things that I have felt, the things that I see, they're so different from the way you view things and the way you see things. I have come to the realization that you and I are very different. I see things differently, I view things differently now. I see things through your perspective. I've put myself into your shoes. So much has changed. And I hide. I do hide behind a false mask, behind a veil. Because I hide. Because I'm embarrassed. I don't know what to do or what to say. I do feel that in this connection, there's a sense of belonging, where I belong to you and you belong to me. We come and go, we dance in perfect harmony. My mind, my heart, my body I've given to you. But I hide this. I don't show you any of these feelings. The differences that exist between you and I have been pushing us apart, have been pulling us apart. What to do? My way of thought is different, my mindset. My society is different, my family, my friends. They think differently. And I know that yours do too. Overall, despite all that's happened, the hard times that we have faced, there's a part of me that truly does admire you and love you. I want to be your best friend because that's a foundation I want to work with. You are someone who I consider like a best friend. The times that we've had, the mischief in your eyes, the vibrance and the youthfulness that you have. With you, I feel like living again, laughing again. In you, I have found life. Before, things were very dull. But because of the way that I think and view things, the things that I have said, I know this is a very, very challenging situation. Right now, I want to be that person who can express myself and yet still be embraced, even for the shadow side that exists inside of me, because that is a part of who I am. That is me. All right, Gemini. A lot is going on here. There's a lot of awkwardness right now between the both of you. The situation just is not comfortable anymore like it used to be. The person has realized that there is this sense of grief, remorse, regret. They are grieving. They are feeling guilty for something that they've done. One of the issues here is the differences that exist between the both of you. This is a beliefs card. This could be religious differences, your race, your financial economic background. One may be very rich, the other may not be so. Your mindsets. Somebody may want a very simple life, the other wants a very lavish life. There's something here to do with the way you have been born and brought up, the way you believe things, because your person of interest is not on the same page. Now that's a problem. These are things that break people apart. The beliefs could be your own. It could be family members that are objecting. It could be friends that are saying, no, this is not the right person for you. But when you have the beliefs card, it's a very deep-rooted problem coming from somewhere else. But the effect is coming through you. All right, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. So at this deck, with this deck, I have a look at what it is that may have occurred in this connection in the first place, where things started to just kind of go downhill. In the beginning, things may have been very sweet, but then things started to become very sour. There you go. We have here the Seven of Cups. So your person of interest, yourself and your person of interest, things may have been okay in the beginning, but then at this point in time, this is for those of you that feel that there's been a lack of closure, that this person just kind of faded out. They're just not talking. They ghosted you. They may have decreased the amount of communication that they had with you, so maybe they don't text you as much as they used to. And you're wondering, why? What happened? Here we have the Seven of Cups and the card Innocence. So the Seven of Cups, these both cards, this particular deck, when I look at it, I do read the reverse. All right. Here it talks about choices, not being able to make a choice back then, Gemini. Being very indecisive and living in a fantasy land. They were overindulging in thoughts of what the future may bring. They were daydreaming, and they knew that a decision had to be made in order to move forward and to rejoin the world itself instead of just sitting and daydreaming. They were allowing fantasies to influence how they viewed life, projecting onto others instead of seeing things as they truly were. So this means that here in this connection, this person lived in their mind so much that they started to live in a fantasy land in their brain. And they started to fantasize about you and them, but these fantasies were not real because it's a fantasy. They were not practical, they were not realistic, they were not logical. This is something that occurred in this connection, which is why things did not move forward. This person was all talk and no action. That's what it turned out to be. They needed to make a choice. They were very indecisive, and many times if you tried to plan something with this person, it may have just seemed as if it just went to nothing. What I call foo-foo, Fantasyland. Innocence. Here this talks about a lack of innocence, a lack of trust, and not really feeling very optimistic. Here it talks about the start of a great journey in the beginning. Innocence that allows one to be open to possibilities and to protect from difficulties. They were able to face their fears back then. And at that time, they used to trust their heart because they felt protected by divine forces. But then things changed, Gemini. At some point in time, they were no longer as innocent as they once were. They did not want to face their fears anymore because they did not trust their heart. And at some point, they did not feel protected by any divine force. They started to ignore their better instincts, and there was a sense of cynicism and pessimism. There was distrust of themselves and distrust of others. Wow. So your person of interest did not trust themselves. They did not trust others. Why? Innocence. It's a fool card. Somebody that does not have enough experience. And because they did not have enough experience, that's also why with the Seven of Cups, they did not make a choice. They did not make a decision. Why? They were inexperienced. They didn't know what choice to make. You're dealing with somebody here who may have had a lot of passion, but when it came to make I'm seeing the word decision in my mind's eye right now. When it came to make a decision, commitment, they did not. I see the word commitment too. They were not making that commitment, and they did not make that decision. Why is that? Because simply I'm seeing here inexperience and immaturity in a way. Not really being able to make that choice. Living in fantasy land, not really making those dreams come true, but just literally having daydreams, and that's it. All right, let's have a look at a completely different deck. Here we have the Beginner's Tarot. With this deck, I look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. The Empress. Ten of Pentacles. Again, here we have a very practical card. All of these cards are A1. They're very nice. So here we have the Page of Wands. Now, do we have a king here? Do we have a king in the house? No, we don't. Do we have a prince? No, we don't. We have a page. So clearly you are dealing with an individual who is either immature or just simply inexperienced. What I'm seeing here more is that they are inexperienced. Do they want you? Yes, they do. Are they going to reach out to you? Absolutely, yes. Just remember, when they do, they're not going to be very bold. They're going to be very much like that of a page, somebody who's young, who's very vibrant, somebody who's not so mature, not so experienced. This is the type of individual that you're going to be dealing with here. So you are going to be, Gemini, the leader. You're leading. You need to lead this person. They need leadership. You set the pace in this connection. You make it happen. Because if you let them, it's literally like a child. I'm seeing a wheelbarrow. I don't know why, but it's out of control. The child's on the wheelbarrow and it's going downhill. It's out of control completely. Anytime there could be danger. All right, so you be that person that's going to set the pace, the tone. Healthy boundaries. We also have here the Empress. Absolutely beautiful card. All of the positive traits, characteristics that are within the suites of the Queen. This is what this person feels that you have. You are all of this. They do feel this, they do sense this, and they appreciate it. They admire you on that level. What I also see here is how this person feels you are someone who is a long-term thinker. You are someone who wants to establish the future and have a solid future. You're not just some wishy-washy person where it's just a one-night stand type situation. This is not how they view you. They view you as someone who's long-term. You're abundant. You have a lot of abundance. You're a long-term thinker. You have a sense of nurturing qualities. I'm getting the word everlasting love, not even unconditional love, but everlasting love. It's just so sweet and gentle. This person feels that you are so, it sounds weird, but it's like you're the mommy figure that they never had in their life. That sounds weird, but it's the way it is, guys. Inherently, men usually want someone that's very similar to their mother. Sometimes even if the mother is good or bad, even bad. And bad meaning with the actions that they've taken towards their child. And sometimes women, they want somebody that's more like their dad, right? That's just part of nature. That's who we are. Not everybody is like that, though. Some people definitely want to stay away from their parents, that type of person, because they do not like their parents, because they've been very abusive. So people are all different. But what I'm seeing here is that this person sees you as the epitome, the best of the best, that type of an individual. Oh my goodness, it's just so overwhelming, the feeling. Let's just put it this way, they would worship you. That's how much they want you. That's the type of person that they want, that they would worship you. And of course, this is metaphorically speaking, but that's how much they truly want you, desire you, they admire you. That's, wow, that's a lot. Oh my gosh. And then we have here the 10 of Pentacles. Now, it's not the 10 of Cups, but it's the 10 of Pentacles. Still, having materialistic gain on planet Earth is important. Money is important. And here we do have an idea that this person has in their mind that I'm going to settle with this person. They're going to settle with you. This is what they feel. They want to have a home, a family. They want to have either pets or children. But they want that sense of security, and they are willing to go for it and give you that sense of security. It's a very beautiful card to have in the combo that it came out in. Now, remember we had the beliefs card in the beginning. Well, we have a little bit of a hiccup here, but a hiccup does go away. The majority of them in the world. The Hierophant. Your person of interest sees things in a very traditional way. And a part of your family or your friends may not be accepting them, or maybe they're not accepting you. Your person of interest here is very strict when it comes to commitment. They want commitment. Yes, they do. But they're also wanting to change things in the way that they will only be with you if you get the utmost respect as well. They want their people to respect you. They want to be respected in this connection. They have this feeling and this desire of respect. But they can only move forward in this connection once they know that all of these pieces have been put into the allocated spaces where they feel are right. Because right now, it's all over the place. It's haphazard. It's almost as if they feel that they have to convince a few people. That's what I'm seeing here. Now, the overall arching theme is that they wish for you. They don't wish for anybody else. We have here the Nine of Cups. The feeling of the highest level of emotional satisfaction is what they feel they can have from you specifically. And they want that from you. It's a damn good reading. It's a very beautiful, beautiful reading where you have the emotional, where you have the passion, where you have the respect, where you have the materialistic. That's all perfect. That's wonderful. This is very nice. The only little bit of a hiccup again is the Hierophant. This person does want to make things happen, but they're also wanting to change the way the world views them. Conforming to society, doing things that are slightly different than what the norm would be. That's what they are kind of going against in a way. All right. These are Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. Here we have abundance. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. We have here abundance followed by wait. So we have a waiting period. Followed by it's up to you. Remain positive. Trust. Trust in the divine. Here we have the Christ consciousness. Interesting. Wow, very different set of cards. The messages here are quite intense. We have here abundance. So there is going to be abundance in this connection. Remember the 10 of coins. It's almost as if this person wants to share either their wealth or maybe be with you and work as a power couple. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. But even abundance here talks about goodness and happiness that's going to come to you that will bring you happiness and fruition in your life. It'll feel as though that's what it is. However, they are saying you're going to have to wait. And for some of you, you have had enough with this person. What I'm seeing is some of you have been with this person and you have lost your way when it comes to your spiritual side. You have become more materialistic than before, and many of you now want to reset and go back to that spiritual side and respect that side because that is a part of who you are. It's a very direct feeling, a direct message that I'm getting right now. That is only for some of you because it does say it's up to you. It's up to you to move on with this connection. It's up to you if you don't want to move on in this connection. Both timelines are perfectly fine. It's just one reality versus the other. You make a different decision and your reality changes, and that's perfectly okay because those branches are already written out there for you. Those stories are already written for you. You're just the actor/actress that's going to be moving forward in those roles. Here we also have remain positive. Definitely remain positive because some of you may have wanted abundance a long time ago. Nothing ever happened. So do remain positive. Trust in the divine. Here we do have the divine. Believe it is going to happen and it will happen for you because you will be able to attract positive energy once you start sending out those positive vibes into the universe. We also have here listen to your intuition. This is your higher intuitive self. This is your soul and your mind speaking to you, the body/the spirit. Okay, that's when we talk to ourselves, that's what we're doing. That higher intuitive self that talks to you and gives you advice, that is your soul. It's been there, done that. It's had hundreds of lives before. It's had much experience. So definitely when you hear that little voice inside your head and you know it's you know that's your voice, listen to it. Sometimes there can be other voices. Be very careful. We also have here peaceful resolution. So at the end of the day, there's been a lot of grief, a lot of upsetness in this connection, a lot of the dark side that was, that you had discovered of this individual. But this is the last card. It almost sums up everything else here. There is going to be a peaceful resolution. There's going to be a resolution. It's going to be peaceful. And you're going to be happy about it because you're going to be receiving abundance as time goes by. Peaceful resolution here does mean that there's going to be a sense of closure to whatever problem was existing before. We have another card here. Again, meditation brings answer. And we also have here trust in the divine. These two, because they showed up and because listen to your intuition, this is why I was getting the fact that some of you have been so kind of consumed with this person and their personality that you have been unable to truly achieve and to work forward what it is that you wanted to do in terms of your spiritual side. Things have changed, but now that you recognize this, you can always go back. Here, meditation brings answers. My angel guide, Angel Fakiel, has said 21 minutes is more than enough. It's sufficient, but if you want to do more, feel free to. 21 minutes, 2-3 minutes for prayer, minimum. Just mean it when you say it, when you do it. So, what I do see here is kind of like a revamp for some of you. In this upcoming year, you're going to recognize who you really are, and you're going to work towards that. For a small portion of you, because it says it's up to you, some of you are going to be more focusing on the spiritual aspect of life, and that's perfectly fine. Others of you, you're going to take some time, take a break, and you're going to be working towards this peaceful resolution, which is still going to be bringing both of you, both groups, abundance. Both groups, listen to your intuition. That's always the case. It's always important to listen to your intuition because there's a reason why you're feeling that or you're sensing that. And as it says, remain positive and trust in the divine. Now, remaining positive, for some of you that may feel that there's negative energies around, many of you already know, but I always like to announce it. I do have one of my bestsellers, my packages. It is a self-help guide. It's called the Holy Light Package. That will help you get rid of negative energies around your home, around your aura, and inside of your chakra centers, which are associated to your bodily functions. That, along with the Water Wellness Package, they make a very strong, powerful package to manifest goodness into your life and to get rid of the negative that is revolving around you. So once you have more positive energy, what happens is the negative energy will start to fade away. You will get rid of that negative energy, and at least your path forward, whatever's owed to you karmically, whatever's written in your book of life, you will receive that. Those obstacles will be gone. The obstacles are what? Negative energies. That's what they do. So do have a look at that as well. Also, for those of you who are new, I do have another channel called Asnointia Audio. That is on YouTube. The videos are all absolutely free. Please have a view of those videos as well. They're more for education purposes and just to enlighten and provide some insight. It's more on relationships regarding connections that we have, all based on all of my different various clients and the same problems that everybody goes through. And then I have spiritual connections. What are they all about? One of the latest videos that I had uploaded, it's been a while now, that was negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How do they affect us? How can we avoid these things? Once you're able to conquer negative energies and make sure that they don't bother you anymore, you can get a lot in life because they do affect your career, your health, your love life, so many places, so many things they can affect. So it's always great to have that knowledge, know thy enemy, right? In order to be able to get rid of it, you need to do that in order to move forward in your life. So I just wanted to put that out there. Some of you who are new, you don't know that I have another channel. It's called Asnointia Audio. And also, I am working on a cookbook. Sounds strange. It is Ayurvedic, and I have incorporated some of my own knowledge and my own experiences within that cookbook. It's all about the concept of doshas, which is Vata, Pitta, Kapha doshas, and that is in Ayurveda. So when it's completely done, I will explain a bit more on the announcement. But for now, I just want to give you guys a heads up that that's something I'm working on. And feel free later on to visit my website, and hopefully, if you want, definitely download and purchase that particular cookbook that I've created. It will help you for sure. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.